Welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast with Kim Johnson, your creative strategist and master mindset coach. Filled with inspiration, distinctions, perspectives, and possibilities, we help you to cultivate a mindset that leads you to create the best version of yourself you could ever imagine. Join Kim every morning from one of her favorite happy places, her chicken coop, along with all her chickens.
Hey everybody, good morning from the chicken coop. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about taking the time to reflect on your day at the end of every day. Now, for some people, this may seem like an arduous task and they just want to be done with the day and move on. But here's what's so important about it. There is not really a solid way to get better at things if you don't do the work and figure out where you need to shift in order to be better. And that can only happen through the process of reflection and making decisions about what's next. And again, that all starts with a debrief of yourself and what happened and being able to decide what that's going to mean to you. So some people will tell you, you have to do a gratitude list at the end of the day. And I think that those are very powerful and I do believe they work. But what I consider to be a preliminary to that is sitting down and debriefing the day and saying, okay, in a very specific format of asking yourself what went well today and answering it, writing it all down, what could have been better and writing it all down, and then how do I close the gap for tomorrow so I know I don't repeat the same challenges from the day that I just had. So for me, this just shows that you're a thinking, growth-minded person and you can move forward with what you've learned from your day so you don't repeat the same issues. So oftentimes we run into this with our kids, and I think that, school is coming back up soon and people are going to be getting their kids ready in the morning and out the door. And if I can tell you one point that most people struggle with, it is getting ready for school and getting out the door. It is arduous for people because you're not the only person getting ready, and the kids have to be on point. Everybody has to be in a good mood, and it's often a huge hot button for a family. And if some people have trouble getting up in the morning, and some people have trouble being organized, this is one of the biggest hot buttons that I can tell you I typically see. And even if you don't have kids, it's getting out the door in the morning, getting yourself out, getting your partner out the door. However, even if it's just the dog, sometimes this drives people insane. So what I suggest is looking at the situation and saying, what are the hot buttons? Where are the things that we can improve upon? What works? What could be better? And how do we close the gap? And one of the biggest things that you can do is preparation the night before, which is why you do the debrief the night before. So you have the information right in your hands and you don't stop until you have it handled and you're set for the next day. Does this seem like it's a pain in the butt to do it every single day? Yes, and it works. And when you do it every day, you might not have a long list on most days. It might just be a very short list. You got a nice long list of what worked and a very short list of what didn't work, so you know what you can repeat. But I will tell you, one of my greatest lessons in this was with my chickens themselves of getting up in the morning, taking care of all these animals, taking care of my gardens, moving, taking care of all my plants. Running a farm is not an easy thing to do. And having extreme awareness of what's working and what's not working makes a tremendous difference to your process. So I will tell you without question, the best thing that I did was figure out what's working for my process in the morning, because I start coaching very early with my clients in London and in Scotland and in Australia. So I have to be up, and I will tell you, having nailed down, okay, these are my processes. This is how I'm going to do things. Thinking about every day, what worked, what could have been better, what worked, what could have been better, what worked, what could have been better, and how do I close that gap, has made it so much easier for me out here in the mornings, and it gives me time to do this for you. I mean, can you imagine if I wasn't having that happen, I would never have time to be able to do this. So the debriefs and then taking that information and actually putting it into play, actually putting it into something that can be utilized is the power of the information. Because having the information is just one thing, but having the power of using that information is a completely different thing. You know, you can have all the smarts in the whole world, but if you don't use the skills that you've been given, they mean nothing. And this is where it comes into play in a big way. So I'm going to challenge you guys to go off today, spend your day, and debrief yourself at the end of it. Sometimes some of my clients like to do it throughout the day. I personally am just an end of the day girl, and I like to write it all down at the end of my day. But some people like to do it throughout their day. They just keep a little notes in their phone and they say, okay, here's my debrief for the end of the day. And then they work on the what could have been better as well through at the end of the day. So it's not just that they're just kind of capturing the whole thing throughout the day, but at the end they write it all down. It doesn't matter which way you do it, as long as you get it done. But then you utilize that information and you help yourself grow it and get to the next level. So go out there, challenge yourself, figure it out, and debrief yourself, because that's how you get to that next level of greatness. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.